Hello, everybody. You know me. Okay, no, you don't, but you know who I am. My name's Jay, and all right, this week on Raw, we're getting really close to knowing who everybody is going to be for Money in the Bank men's section. So, super excited. Let's do a quick recap of that first, and then we'll get into the review. So, on SmackDown, The Miz and Rusev qualified for the Money in the Bank last week. So, we are at 4 out of the 8, and it's looking like a good stacked card for this match. Like the participants involved, I think it's gonna be a really good show stealing Money in the Bank ladder match. So, here we go. All right, on to the review. Was it worth it? Monday Night Raw. All right, so we had Roman come out and do his promo, and he basically whined like a baby. It was boring, saying that he keeps getting screwed by management, and now he got screwed by gender, and I'm just getting screwed over, blah, 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 blah. Then shut up. But yeah, Kurt Angle comes out and says, yep, you do not get an extra shot at it. I'm sorry, but Jinder is going to be in the qualifying match. Again, sorry. And Roman's like, you know what? I got to do what I got to do. You got to do what you got to do, but I got to do what I got to do. He goes backstage, and he and Jinder Mahal have a backstage brawl. Great way to start by Sunil Singh getting pushed in, and then by Jinder into Roman, and then Jinder coming in and just trying to get the upper hand. However, at the end of the day, Roman Reigns does get the upper hand. Superman punch when they make their way back out onto the main stage. And before anything else goes down, Roman is in the back. Jinder Mahal runs away, and this was a very, very boring opening segment. I was bored from start to finish. And then the beatdown, yeah, had a little good fun spots, but nothing really to write home about. And now it just seems like Roman Reigns is a complete heel because we'll get into that. But just because he didn't get his way, he just starts beating people up. It's just and then, like I said, we'll get more into it later on in the review. All right, so then we had our Intercontinental Championship match that I'm guessing is going to happen for a good long while, and it was Kevin Owens versus the champion, Seth Rollins. And this was a great, great match. Probably my favorite. Great stuff from start to finish. Suicide dive caught into the fireman's carry, Falcon Arrow onto the ring apron, a fisherman buster from the middle rope, which was cool. A great way to end it. Just great stuff. Great stuff. Ends with Roman. No, it ends with Kevin Owens. There it is. It ends when Kevin Owens is trying to get back into the ring, and he's going through the ropes head first. Seth Rollins it clicks in him. He runs, curb stomp onto Kevin Owens. 1, 2, 3. Seth Rollins retains, and oh man, what a great match this was. A lot of great back and forth. This is the type of wrestling I love to see. That and comedy stuff, but when it comes to serious stuff, this is what I love to see, and it was fantastic. Yes, it was 100% worth it. The first thing that happened on the show, not worth it at all, but this, 100% worth it. So, what a great turnaround. All right, then we had oh gosh. I just saw what my notes just said. Oh, crud. Here we go. At this NBC award show thing, they were interviewing Ronda Rousey. Charlotte comes out, and then Nia Jax comes out to formally challenge Ronda Rousey. Now, the champion challenged Ronda Rousey. And Ronda accepted. They skipped off to their loo after the interview was done, and a lot of wrong here. One, Nia Jax having the worst dialogue again. Two, Nia Jax actually challenging Ronda Rousey. Three, Ronda Rousey accepting. Four, them having a match with no build, no character, no reason. And five, it was so cringeworthy. It was so cringeworthy and so hard to get through, so hard to watch. I absolutely hated this so much. Yeah, start to finish, it sucked. No, it wasn't worth it, and I'm so annoyed with this Ronda Rousey bull. It sucked. No, it wasn't worth it. I gotta move on because I can rant about this for a long time. Oh boy. All right, then we had No Way Jose versus Baron Corbin versus Bobby Roode in a Money in the Bank ladder match qualifier. And yeah, I actually enjoyed this match. It was a lot of fun and a lot of good stuff from all three participants. I really enjoyed the Baron Corbin almost getting the win, but then someone has to break it up. And then a couple of moves later, Bobby Roode's almost getting the win. Someone has to break it up. And then No Way Jose's about to get the win, and someone has to break it up. That was a good sequence. That was really cool. And yeah, Bobby Roode wins after a glorious DDT onto No Way Jose. Good stuff, really good stuff. And Bobby Roode is in the Money in the Bank, so that should be very interesting. Yes, it was worth it. It was a good match and a lot of fun stuff going on. Then we had the B team backstage basically saying that they want a title shot. They want a title shot. And then Kurt Angle's like, Miz Taraj, you've never won a match. And it's like, oh, the Miz Taraj has never won a match, but we are now the B team, so we're undefeated. Complete ridiculousness, stupid logic. I absolutely loved it. It got me laughing. Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas are amazing. And why are they the B team? Two reasons. One, they wanted to be the A team, but copyrights. And two, B stands for best, the best team. That was really great. Yes, this backstage segment was worth it. Finally, a good backstage segment. And then we had the B team versus, well, Breezango. Unfortunately, Fandango and Tyler Breeze are not getting the pushes that they deserve, but hey, what can you do? So this was a really good match from all participants, and I'm not going to get too much into it because you should definitely watch it, but spoiler alert, the B team wins after this really cool double team net breaker. The B team gets the win, and this selling from these guys with their faces all like, we actually won, and the celebration and the crowd was all into it. It was so much fun. It was great stuff from start to finish. I absolutely enjoyed it. Yes, it was worth it, 100%. And then the match was really, really good too. So from story, match, and everything afterwards and in between, oh, good stuff. All right, then we had a very, very weird, very, very, very weird tag team match, which made no sense. It was Sasha Banks, Ember Moon, and Natalya versus the Riot Squad. Had some good sequences towards the end. The wrong team won, though. Okay, 3 random women versus a faction. The faction should always get the win, unless it is months into a storyline and the people who are random have put their differences aside to combat the greater evil. And even then, the faction should usually win. But yeah, Natalya makes Liv Morgan tap out, and the babyfaces win, and it sucked. It wasn't. From storytelling to why are they even out here to all of this craziness, it was just boring. It wasn't. Ember Moon doing really cool suicide dives was awesome. Sasha Banks throwing herself around like a rag doll was awesome. But Natalia getting the win when she shouldn't have was stupid, so no, it wasn't worth it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Then we had, which was very weird, before her match. I'm just going to get into this now. Bailey is taping up her wrists, getting ready. Sasha Banks comes up and says, "Good luck in your match." And they smile at each other. What's going on? Is this feud about to happen or not? The start and stop is really annoying. Alright, just gotta get that out there. Alrighty, then we had a backstage segment with Drew McIntyre and none other than Dolph Ziggler. There it is. Oh boy. I'm not used to having Dolph Ziggler on Raw. Oh man. And it's been a couple months now. Whew. So basically they're saying how they're just going to destroy everybody because everyone is just so lackadaisical and lazy, and it was good stuff. It was good stuff. Great promos by Drew McIntyre. The Scot can do no wrong. And they're basically hyping up their match later on in the night against Braun Strowman and Finn Balor. So it definitely got me hyped up for the match. Yes, it was worth it. And then we had The Revival versus the Woken Universe, which is, of course, the Deleter of Worlds, Woken Matt Hardy, and Woken Bray Wyatt. If last week was any indication of where the Revival are headed, this week is the nail on the coffin. And the dirt shoveled on top. They had a jobber entrance. They didn't even get they didn't make their way into the ring. They were just already in the ring by the time we saw them. Oh man. And yeah, they got some good offense against Matt Hardy, but at the end of the day, it was just another match for another match for the Woken Universe to win. It wasn't anything. There's no story going on with the Woken Universe. I mean, we did have a funny segment with the B team backstage writing down notes of being like, "Oh crud, okay, this is what, okay, that's what they're, okay." That was really good. And I guess the story now is the B team versus the Woken Universe, which is awesome. But I mean, at the end of the day, there's no real story going on for the Woken Universe, and it's really just taking everything back. Everyone thought that it was just going to keep going forward, but a lot of it's getting pushed back again, and it's really disappointing because the Woken Universe are the Raw Tag Team Champions. So I don't know exactly what's going on, really. I'm excited for the B team versus the Woken Universe feud. I am excited for that, but other than that, not much is going on. No, the match wasn't worth it. It was a squash. It wasn't anything to write home about, really. But hopefully a lot more comes out of it. All right, then we had Sami Zayn get into the ring, and he's basically saying Bobby Lashley just wants to be him. The hat is his thing, and he wore the hat like Sami Zayn. And he's basically heel Sammy doing a lot of heel promo. It was funny. It was fun. Sure, it was worth it. Why not? We do know, however, that Bobby Lashley's sisters from last week's weird interview are going to be on Raw to show, and Sami Zayn is going to basically reveal who the real Bobby Lashley is. We'll see where this goes. Sure, it was worth it. Why not? All right, then we had Alexa Bliss versus Bayley versus Mickie James. This was a qualifying match for the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Let's go through those names again. Bayley, Alexa Bliss, Mickie James. Who do you think is going to win? Bayley? LOL. Mickie James? LOL. Yeah. The minute you saw Alexa Bliss with Mickie James and then Bayley, you know Alexa Bliss is going to win. And yeah, she did. It was a fine match. It wasn't bad. Alexa Bliss hits her DDT onto Bayley to get the win, but way too predictable. Way too predictable. A good match though. Good storytelling. They did have Mickie James turn on Alexa Bliss, and Corey Graves had a really good line of, "Oh my gosh, Mickie James going to the Sasha Banks school of betraying your friends." That was really funny. That was really good. And you didn't know who was gonna turn on who, but you knew someone was gonna turn. And Alexa Bliss never turned on Mickie James, not once in this match. Mickie James tried 3 times and failed all 3 times, and then knocked down Alexa Bliss, kicked her in the face, I believe, but to no avail because Alexa Bliss did win. Yeah, good stuff, a lot of fun, and my 2 favorite women on Raw are in the Money in the Bank ladder match, Ember Moon and Alexa Bliss. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Who am I supposed to root for here? Seriously. Duh. Dang it. Okay, so drat. I hope Becky Lynch doesn't get into the match, because then I don't know who I want to see win. Oh, man. Oh, man. But anyway, yeah, it was a good match. Yes, it was worth it. Let's move on, because I rambled on this one long enough. All right, then we had Finn. Okay, yeah, completely forgot about this. So after his match with Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens comes out and says, "Hey, Kurt, I got screwed out of this. I want a rematch. I want another match at the Intercontinental Champion. I want to be champion." And Kurt Angle was like, no, you had your chance. You lost. It's too late. And you know what? I'm going to call Stephanie McMahon. He walks off, calls Stephanie McMahon. He goes in. He's like, "Jinder, you okay?" He's like, "Oh, you got to postpone the match. You got to postpone the match, please." Like, "Nope, it has to be today. It's best for business." Kind of turning the best for business on its head. Yeah, and yeah, for the most part, it was fine, I guess. It was interesting stuff. And then yeah, all of that will lead into something really, really soon. Okay, so then we had Finn Balor versus. Wait, no, Finn Balor and Braun Strowman versus Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler. I don't know why I got all so dramatic, because I already said what the match was going to be before, a little while ago. Anyways, I'm rambling. It was a fine match. It was a good match. A lot of good heel stuff from Drew McIntyre, where he's like, "Oh, I want the big man. Yeah, we're gonna fight," and he's like, "No, we're not." That was funny. Best bit. Finn Balor tags himself in, and while Braun is holding Dolph Ziggler, slams Dolph Ziggler, grabs Finn Balor, slams Finn Balor onto him, and he's like, and then Braun Strowman's like, "Get up, you're okay." That was funny. I had to rewind it and watch it again just because how funny and great that was. Yeah. And a really, really cool shoulder tackle onto the outside. So Drew McIntyre's on the outside, Braun Strowman's running, and Braun Strowman not only knocks down Drew McIntyre, but lifts Drew McIntyre, and he's in the air. They're both suspended in the air and just crash. And then Drew McIntyre is rolling and knocks down the Greatest Royal Rumble trophy, and it shatters into a million pieces. That was funny. And that leads into the finish, because that distracted Finn Balor. He gets Finn Balor's on the top rope and he's distracted, so Dolph Ziggler runs in, knocks the legs out for another. He hits his bollocks and falls over. And with the pretty good looking roll up, 1, 2, 3, Dolph Ziggler gets the win for him and Drew McIntyre. And it's definitely something to look for into the future. Are they going to go for the tag team championships? Is it going to be Braun Strowman versus Drew McIntyre into the future? What's going to go on with this? I'm not entirely sure. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. Is Dolph Ziggler going to have a feud with Finn Balor? Don't know, but definitely interesting stuff here. So yes, it was worth it because of all the little story and comedic elements they placed inside of the match. And who knew Braun Strowman could be so bloody funny? Alrighty, so let's get into this final bit. Kurt Angle is on the phone with Stephanie McMahon, and basically she says, no, you are doing this for this match. Why did that happen? Because a little bit earlier, Jinder Mahal's ribs are completely taped up. The medic is like, you're cleared to wrestle if you are able to fight through the pain. He's like, and Jinder Mahal's like, I gotta do this. I'm fighting through the pain. He's walking, he stops, he breathes, he's walking some more. Sunil Singh is right there. And you get to this part, and there's this wall, a complete fake looking wall, and you're like, oh boy, he's about to get speared through that thing. And like, you just see it coming, and then it happens out of nowhere. Even though you saw it coming, it still happens out of nowhere, and it's obviously a fake wall because it looks like a bunch of cardboard. It was so great though. It was just carnage. It was funny. Kurt Angle comes out. He's like, oh drat. He can't wrestle, so I need a replacement. Stephanie McMahon's like, you have a replacement? No, you don't, because I have the replacement. So we have Elias come out. We have Bobby Lashley come out. And who's the new competitor? Well, Kevin Owens. So his call to Stephanie McMahon helped. So Kevin Owens comes out, and he's like, yeah, you know what? I'm in this match now. And this was a really good match. Kevin Owens definitely the workhorse of the show this week. And this triple threat was great. I really loved the smarky crowd. No matter what Bobby did, he was booed. And no matter what Elias did, he was cheered. And Elias was so over with this London crowd. And one of my really favorite aspects of this was they had a spot where one guy gets hit, cheers. One guy gets hit, boos. The punch is back and forth. Bobby Lashley is the face, but he got booed when he hit Elias. And whenever Elias hit Bobby, the cheers were thunderous. Everyone walks with Elias, so give him the gold already, dang it. The match ends when Bobby Lashley is about to get the win off of Elias, but Sami Zayn pulls him out, knocks him into the ring post. Helluva kicks him from the barricade, and that gives Kevin Owens enough time to hit a frog splash onto Elias. 1, 2, 3. Your fourth and final participant on the Raw side of the Money in the Bank is Kevin Owens. So we have Kevin Owens, Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, and Bobby Roode for representing Raw for the men's Money in the Bank. And on the other side, still only Miz and Rusev. So we have 2 more to go. This was a great match. Yes, it was worth it. Fun ending. And overall, this was a really good show. Yep, it makes no sense to what they're doing with Roman Reigns. He is obviously the heel in this scenario for babyface Jinder. But yeah, for the most part, it was a fine show. It was worth it. It's too long, but it was good. It was enjoyable. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give us those sexy likes. Share to all your friends and enemies. If you like what we do, hit the subscribe button so that way you can be a part of the Smarky family, and hit the notification bell to notify you when our videos are uploaded and when we go live. We go live for most pay-per-views, and from 1 to 2 Central Standard Time, we have Shooting with the Smarky family. That is our podcast, and Yeah, it's a very fun podcast. 2 weeks we couldn't do it because of Mother's Day and scheduling conflicts, but this week we are back in action. We will be there. Come join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. We always love talking about wrestling to you guys and just anything and everything. So, yeah, guys, thanks again so much for watching, and until next time, it will be awesome.